What's up everybody, I'm Zach Barkley and today we're reviewing the Neewer 440 or 660 light diffusion box. Here we go. So I'm drinking water because I just started Invisalign last week. So I can't have any hot liquids or anything other than clear water while I've got these goofy things in my mouth. It makes me sad. It makes me sad and I miss coffee. I can have coffee when I take them out, but it makes me sad that I can't have coffee all the time like I used to. So today, the Neewer Softbox for video lights. It's specifically designed for the Neewer 660 LED lighting system. This right here is the 440, which they just number them based on how many individual LEDs they have. So this guy's a little bit smaller. It also fits the 440. Let's talk about construction, okay? It comes in a little nylon pack that you're never gonna get it back in, but it has these little tent jobbers here that snap together and are magnetic. It's pretty cheap material. There's some tissue paper in there, and this is not much sturdier. It's like a plastic, or not even vinyl. It's almost like a thin canvas drum material. It's white, and I've got 3 of these now, right? So this is the second one that I purchased. Sometimes they come a little dingy, and I don't know what you would use to clean them, but it's pretty easy for them to be dingy. Also, I don't know if you can tell, but they're shaped funny, okay? Now, Neewer is a great brand for budget enthusiasts, right? If you don't want to go out and spend a crap ton of money on a diffusion system, and you already have the Neewer 660 or 440 LEDs, this is a decent choice. The problem is, what you run into is, because of how it sits, it's not gonna be as effective as like a diffusion umbrella or a big piece of diffusion material, because as you can see, it still sits fairly close to the LED lights. Obviously you get better diffusion the farther off the light that you are. Now this is good for applications where you don't have a lot of room, which is why I purchased them. One, because I already had the LED lighting systems from Neewer, and I don't have a huge studio. So it was kind of nice to be able to find something that was made to go on these. They run about $40 US, give or take, depending on what Amazon's running them at. And I think unless you have a specific application for it that's a little overpriced, you can get a lighting diffusion umbrella for like $20 for a set of 2. And in tests, it diffuses the light so much better. It doesn't give you harsh shadows at all. These soften the light a little bit, but not as well as I would like. I mean, I don't know if you can still see, there's still some shadows getting thrown on the wall behind me. The shadows on my face are softer than they were prior to using the diffusion boxes, and I've got 2 of them set up here, here, and here, right? But obviously you can see the shadow right on this Neewer light here. I do find that I like them a little better than nothing at all, because they soften the light just a little bit. They recommend that when you use them, these Neewer lights come with this diffusion material inside of them. They recommend that you take this out. I did. I may be putting it back in, because here's my thought process. If it's not diffusing it quite well enough, what happens if you diffuse it a little better, right? So I followed their instructions and assembled them without the plastic diffusion material inside, but I might do some tests later to find out if the combination of the 2 diffuses the light a little better. My room is very small, right? So I don't have room for an umbrella to come off of here and diffuse clear out here, right? Which is why I got these particular diffusion boxes. They're better than nothing, but at 40 bucks a piece, especially if you don't currently have these LED lights, I don't know that I would purchase the whole system from scratch. There's some newer aperture lights out on the market. There's some other stuff that they're a flat panel LED light without the individual bulbs that diffuse pretty well. I wouldn't have purchased these probably if I wasn't already pot committed to this video lighting system. Neewer is one of those brands, I mean, obviously they're an import brand. They're not made for the professional, but you can get so much more for your money when you buy Neewer stuff. I've had very good luck with them. I run a Neewer LCD monitor on this camera here, and it's great just for framing your shot. If you're looking for color accuracy or sharpness in the video in that LCD screen, you are not going to get it. But for like 100 bones, it's a nice screen, because that's a Canon 6D there, and it doesn't have adaptive autofocus in video, so it's just kind of nice to be able to set up your shot and be ready to go. And it also doesn't have a flip screen on it. So, but what I found is that when you buy the Neewer stuff, I mean, the quality is that of an import, but you get what you pay for, so you pay a lot less than you would on some of the higher end stuff. So overall, if you've already got the Neewer 440 or 660 LED lights and you're looking for something in a compact design for diffusion, I would recommend trying this out. Just buy one and test it. That's what I did to start. And then after testing the first one, I moved on to purchasing the second one, which was actually this one. And when it came shaped all wonky, I ordered a third one just to see if it would come more true. It's basically a rounded square, and it didn't really show up in much better shape. The very first one that I purchased was fairly true, but you know, they're plastic, so you can kind of convince them to be another shape, but then they eventually go back to whatever shape they wanted to be in. Now, the attachments, I've read online, like a lot of people complaining because they don't feel like the attachments to put them on are super easy, but it is one of the easiest things I've ever seen. Everything's Velcro on the back, right? It's just a bunch of flappy flaps here. So all you have to do is undo all the Velcro, and then you'll see these wings that wrap around the wing nuts that allow you to adjust the light up and down. Obviously, if you happen to have the barn doors on, you're gonna have to take them off to use these. They will just get in the way. But all it does is it just slips over the top like so, and then everything just wraps around. I mean, it's very, very simple. A lot of people were complaining like, oh, I just couldn't get it to stay on. I don't know what kind of recreational drugs these folks were partaking in, but it is super, super easy. We're almost halfway done already. Sometimes you get one of the little flaps will get pinned back behind there. You just pop it out. There it is. Ta-da. Not ta-da yet. Because there's all kinds of different Velcros, and some of them are elastic, so it makes it pretty easy to attach everything together. Of course, now they're being goofy and won't attach the way that they're supposed to, because why would they? Just trying to make a point here. Okay, so these on the sides are a little bit elastic, so you can pull them here, and then the top ones, after you get this attached here, these are truly elastic. Oops, open it up. And on the smaller one, on the 440, what I found is if you cross them, they don't interfere with your lighting controls, and it holds it on better. Now, if you're gonna be using batteries, obviously you're gonna wanna put the batteries on first before you put the straps on, because the batteries will sit down underneath here. But you're gonna have all of the access to your controls that you would normally have, even with this on. But it's not going anywhere now. It's on there, very easy to put together, very easy to set up. So I guess I don't see where the issue was with the application. A lot of people online were complaining. It was just, oh, it's so hard and I have no idea how this is gonna go on. And I think more than likely than not, it's that people on the internet are people on the internet. So basically, out of a scale of 1 to 10, I would give these probably a 6 for affordability, because they're about $40 US each. But for what you get, I can't give it higher than that, because the quality is definitely not 10 out of 10 quality. For ease of use, I'll give them a 9 out of 10. Sometimes the Velcro straps don't line up the way that you quite like them to, but there's ways around that. So I'll give it a 9 out of 10 on easy use. And for diffusion, I'll probably give them a 6 out of 10, because for what they are, they diffuse well, but in comparison with other diffusion materials, it's not a slam dunk. So 6 out of 10 on price, 9 out of 10 on ease of use, and then a 6 out of 10 on diffusion. But if you are using this the Neewer 660 or 440 LED lighting system and you have a very small area that you're working in, I would recommend, if you've already got the lights, go ahead and throw these on because it's better than nothing and you'll get some diffusion out of it. $40 a piece, US. Hey guys, if you find the videos that I'm releasing to be informative or entertaining, make sure you subscribe down below. Also give it the old thumbs up if you like it. You could also subscribe so that you find out when I'm releasing a video so you can come beat up on me in my comments. That'd be fine too. You know, numbers is numbers, right? But if you enjoy the videos, give them a thumbs up and subscribe. I really look forward to seeing you back here again. Thanks.